Awesome. So when were you first introduced to omega-48?
A couple of years back. So I would say when I just turned 40 and I'm 43
Okay.
now. Yes.
Okay. And where were you getting it?
So it was quite a journey actually. Sort of towards my late 30s, I started presenting with quite a few symptoms and it was like a rash. There was sort of like it felt like my hands was on fire, feet were on fire, like my blood fire, like that kind of pain. And I went to the doctor a couple of times, but it kind of like bled into the festive season where most specialists and stuff aren't working. So I was just going to a normal GP and stuff, and I was going to wait for like a dermatologist because my GP, I'd seen him several times, and he said to me that he thinks it's an allergic reaction. He thinks that now, like he thought I was gluten intolerant, like that kind of thing. Um, so the symptoms just kept on getting worse, and I think it was like January, like quite a few years back. And my husband actually just told me just, go to this homeopath, which is down the road from us. And I thought to myself, well, let me just try do something because I couldn't sleep. I was feeling really bad, no energy, brain fog was really bad as well. So when I went to her, she it was the weirdest thing because I've never gone to a homeopath before. And the first thing she did to me was like she heard me out, listened to my symptoms, looked at my rash, which was all over my body at that stage. And I was quite bloated. And then it was, I think it's called electrodermal screening. I don't know if you've ever been, it's where you hold these two metal rods.
Okay, yeah,
And then
yeah.
it gives you like a full screening. And I was like, well, at this stage, I'm like, I will do anything. You want me, it's fine. I'll try it because I was that desperate. And then it actually picked up that my liver was sort of heading towards the fibrosis stage. In other words, when it cannot heal itself anymore. And there was a number of like nutrient deficiencies. So she started me on the tonic. And she was like, here's this tonic. It doesn't taste wonderful. You can mix it with water. Try take it in a shot. Close your eyes, close your nose. It's really not the greatest taste.
Yeah.
But again, I was like, well, I will do anything. So I started drinking the tonic. I started on, I think, 10 mils twice a day. So it was in the morning and in the evening. And I tell you, the relief I felt. It was like a couple of days. I'm not even joking. It was so fast. It was like 2 days. The rash started to disappear and I started to feel a bit better. Not 100%, but I could feel that something was actually happening. And if I compare it to the medication that the doctor gave me, I mean, I felt worse on the medication the doctor gave me. So, so this was actually a great, I don't know, I started thinking this is actually working. And that's what I took. I also took a number of vitamins that the screening said that I was deficient in. Um, and yeah, it was after, so I went to her for the screening because now it was working, and I'm like, I'm a believer. And I just kept on with the tonic, kept on with the vitamins, and I went for screenings every couple months. And then my liver actually started to repair. And then all of a sudden, I'm not allergic to anything. I can eat gluten again, like, and stuff like that. So that was actually the first sort of introduction. And I thought, well, does this always work with me? Like, is it maybe just something with me? Like some you find stuff that actually just works
Yeah.
with you. And at that stage, we went on a holiday. We went to Mozambique with my husband, and he got some sort of flu. And again, went to the doctor multiple times. They thought he had malaria, tested for malaria, no malaria, wasn't getting better. It was also months of being sick. And I said to him, well, just try some of this, like if it doesn't work, and I said it's like really quick, like if it works for you, it's 3 days, my friend, like 3 days. That's all you have to do. Again, he took it for 3 days and he was better. He started getting better, no congestion, no throat sore, no feeling sick, nothing. And I was like, wow, okay, that's different. And that's kind of like how I progressed to where I recommend it to almost anybody for almost anything. So I'm not too sure why it's such a blanket effect that it actually helps everything. I think it's something to do with the fixing of like, so I read up somewhere that it corrects your acidity and it helps
Yeah.
with your pH level, and then your body does the rest.